Hi everyone, it's Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher. Today is Saturday the 31st of December. It's officially New Year's Eve here in Australia. I wanted to do a wrap up of 2016 of my year of stitching. So I'm going to go through my finishes for the year. I have had 16 finishes, and then a bit later on I'll do my whips. I'll show you my whips. My husband and daughter have just gone for a walk, so I'm taking this opportunity to do this now. I don't think I'm going to get to my whips until before they get back, so what I might do is I'll pause the video and then finish it tonight, this evening, when my daughter goes to bed. So if that's the case, you'll see a difference in light and things. I'm in my dining room, I'm not in my craft room today because it's the middle of the day. I've got a window to my right and a window just behind me to my left. So there's a lot of natural light here, so I'm making the most of that. Whereas there isn't this much light in my craft room, unless you wait for the sun to come from that direction, which will make it too glary, like it did a couple of videos ago. So anyway, I'll get started. This is in no particular order. The first 6 I have, and these are technical finishes, I realise that, but it's the Gingerbread Village series. So all of these ones were completed in 2016 except for this one, and basically it went here. That was the first one so this one was the first one that was completed in 2015, and then I completed this one in January. I'd say these ones were February, March, and then I think I left these until I came back from holidays and kind of dragged it on a bit. So it kind of goes clockwise, sorry. So yeah, hold that up properly. And so that's 6 that I've completed this year, and the last 4, which will go down the bottom, will be completed this year. I'll just tick them off as I go along because some of them I don't actually have with me and I'll have to insert photos. The other one that was finished, this was much later in the year. I started this on the 14th of September. I started the first one. That's officially part 1. And then Mi Fa, so Do Re is part 1, Mi Fa is part 2. So they're technical finishes again, but that's 2 of them. I started on the 14th of September with Do, and I finished the bottom word, or part of the bottom word, on the 18th of December. So that's it there, and I'm really hoping to finish the next half, which will go next to them. I'm hoping to finish that one early 2017. So that brings us up to 8 finishes. Another one was Once Upon a Time. I will show you what it looked like when I started at the beginning of this year. So this one was started on the 1st of August 2015, and I finished it on the 29th of November 2016. And there it is there. It was the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Stitch Along for 2014, but I didn't buy it until 2015. That's it there. And this is the only one out of all the 16 to be finished, to have been started before 2016. So I'm not too happy about that, but it means that I'm finishing only new things, which is not something that I'm all that proud of, but hopefully next year I'll get on to a couple of the older ones that I've got. Another one was Mini Pretty Little London. Was started on the 29th of February. That's this one. It started on the 29th of February and it was finished on the 2nd of December. And this is on 14 count navy blue Ada. It's by Satsuma Street. This one is called Holiday Express by Mill Hill. It came in a kit, and I started it on the 3rd of January 2016 and finished it on the 16th of January 2016. So a little under 2 weeks for that one. And that probably wasn't the only thing I was working on during that time, I'd say. This one is Latte. Let me put something behind it. This one was also a Mill Hill kit. I started this one on the 16th of January and finished it on the 4th of March 2016. So a little under 2 months for that one. Then the next one, this is Triple Scoop, the one that I couldn't show you in the video I shot on Wednesday. But I gave this to my daughter and it's hanging up in her room. So it's another Mill Hill kit. It's called Triple Scoop. And I've started this one on the 20th of December and finished it on the 22nd of December. And that was fully finished on the 22nd as well. So that took 2 days. And then we have Palace Theatre by Mill Hill. And I started this one on 5th of March and finished it on the 14th of December 2016. So that's probably the longest I've taken to finish a Mill Hill, but you might recall I didn't really enjoy that one as much. I'm not sure why. And then there were a couple of ones that I've given away. There was the Love Charmed ornament, which I gave to my husband, and he's got that at his work, and that was started on the 7th of June and was completed on the 16th of June, and I'll insert a picture of that here. That's also a Mill Hill kit. And then there was the Happiness Fairy by Joan Elliott, which is out of the Ultimate Cross Stitch book of some sort. Collection, I think it is, but I'll put a note here of what that was called. But that was started on the 17th of July and given to my daughter on the 18th of August in the form of a card. Although I liked the finished product, I didn't like the card I made it into, so I don't think I'm going to do that in future. And I didn't really enjoy stitching it for some reason, but I do have other Joan Elliott's that I would like to start at some point this year. So hopefully I'll enjoy those a bit more. So that's 16 finishes for 2016. And I have to admit, I actually started Triple Scoop when I realised I only had 15 finishes, and I thought I can get that done by the end of the year. So yeah, I thought I'd do that. So now my whips. I'll pause the video here and then I'll see you again with my whips. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to try and get through this before my husband and daughter get back. First I'll go through the few whips that I've had that started earlier than 1st of January this year. These are not in no particular order, but the first one is Juliet. It will look like this when it's finished. And here's what it looked like at the beginning of this year. And here's what it looks like now. And unfortunately, I haven't done as much as I would have liked to do on this one. But that's a process, so. The next one is Stocking Faithful Friends by Haid. And this one was started on the 1st of January 2015. Here's what it looked like at the beginning of this year. And here's what it looks like now. Again, I haven't done much on this one, but I'll try and work on that a bit more this year, in 2017. This one is the Gold Collection Dreaming of Tuscany. This is the one that I found in my cupboard when we moved, so I haven't worked on this at all. So this is what it looked like at the beginning of this year, and this is what it will look like at the end of this year as well. I haven't worked on that at all this year, but it's probably one of my older whips. I would like to finish it in 2017, but we'll see how we go. Next one is called Boy King. It's a denim kit. This is probably the oldest whip I have. That's that one. I haven't worked on this at all this year. I've still got all the threads and the whole kit, but I think there's a UFO in it. Sorry, I think there's an error in it, not a UFO, but that's what it looks like now, and that's what it looked like at the beginning of the year as well, because I haven't worked on it at all. But I don't think it'll take me a long time to finish if I just sat down for a week and did it, maybe 2 weeks. So I might do that at some point during the year and just get it out of the way. I think I missed a row somewhere, and that's why I've kind of let it go and didn't pick it up again. And I remember working with the metallic that's given in the thread, given in the kit, is really, really hard work. But yeah, I'd like to sort of finish this, so I'll see how I go. And then my Mirabilia, which is Lady of the Mist. This one has probably been a whip for about 6 or 7 years. I would have liked to finish it this year, but unfortunately that didn't happen, although I did get a lot done. Here's what it looked like at the beginning of this year. And here is where she is now. She's still beautiful, I still love her, and I still want to finish her. It's just bigger than I originally thought it's a lot more detailed than I thought it was, and it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I would like to finish her this year, and I'm really going to try to this year. There's no holidays planned, you know, there's nothing pressing, no gifts or anything that I've got to do, so hopefully I will be able to concentrate on that one this year. The next one is another Gold Collection Petites. It's called Tea Time Welcome. And here's what it looked like at the beginning of this year. And unfortunately, here's what it looks like now. Not much done at all. I really wasn't enjoying this one at all. What I'm thinking of doing for this one is trying to move down to the red part, just so I'm not working on the lighter parts, and see if that kind of makes me want to work on it more. If it doesn't, I'm just going to UFO it, and maybe I'll give it away, or we'll see. I would like to do it, but I really wasn't enjoying it, so I'll see how I go with that one. And then this is another really old whip. It doesn't have a name, but I call it Mediterranean Avenue, and it's by that company there, which I will not try to pronounce. I really like the picture, but I find it hard to work on because they didn't give me much room at the top and bottom of the picture. Anyway, here's what it looked like at the beginning of this year. And here is what it looks like now. So you can see there hasn't been a lot of work done on that, but I just work on it when I feel like working on it. It's hard on my hands. I can sew a piece of fabric to it, but I'm not a very good sewer, so I don't know how whether that will affect the tension or not. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, then I had a restart in February of this year, and it's Story Keeps Some Enchanted Evening, which will look like this when it's finished. And here is where it is now. And again, this is one I hope to finish at the end of this year as well, but that's not going to happen. I only have obviously the rest of page 2 to go, which I think is about 4 columns, and about a quarter of a page of page 4 there. So that's that one. And that will be done this year, definitely. Then I had some recent, no, this is a more recent one. This is probably the most recent whip I have. It's Chatelaine Alpine Seasons Garden. And all I've done on this one is the little bird. Oh yeah. Can you see that? That's so and then Kingdom of Books, which I ordered this year, and then I ordered the fabric separately, and I started it in December, and that's where that is so far. I haven't worked on it long, but I think it will be worked on quite a bit this year. We shall see. I'm not saying that I'll finish it, but I would like to work on it this year. Then I started To Have and To Hold. I think I started this one in November. It's going to be a 10th wedding anniversary present to my husband. Part of his present, anyway. I don't think he'd be too appreciative of this cross stitch, but I'd like to have this hanging up in our home somewhere. But that's what I've done so far. And then I started Fantasy Triptych, which will look like this when it's finished. It's my first Teresa Wensler, and I've only done that much so far. That's all, it's the same symbol, so it's all, it's all one colour, but it's 2 blended threads. So that one, that's the top left arch of the picture. And then I have Pinocchio Wishes Upon a Star, Candemar Designs. Is it Candemar? It's MCG Textiles. I don't know where I got Candemar from, but anyway, that's it there. And the plan for this one was just to work on it for 1 weekend a month. That hasn't quite happened, but I knew I wouldn't get very far with it. But yeah, sometimes I enjoy working on this, sometimes I don't, so we'll see how we go in 2017. Then I started Victorian Charm early this year. That's this one. And unfortunately I haven't really worked on this one much. I think it's because it's on navy fabric, which is hard to work on, but that's what that looks like. I don't know if I'll get this done this year, but I definitely would like to work on a little bit more. And I realise I'm missing one. So I've got my notes here. Oh yes, I do have a couple more. I'll be right about that. Next one I have is the Darcy's, which is that one. I'm really enjoying this one, and I think I'm probably going to finish this tomorrow, the 1st of January. It's really, really close now, so that's it there. I've started on the crank. As you can see, Darcy's buttons and a little bit of Elizabeth's hair has the crank in it, and her dress, and then more of them will just come down here, come down this trail, and there'll be some more down here, and then it will just be backstitching to go. I've backstitched most of what Mr. Darcy requires, and I just need to backstitch Elizabeth, and then there's a couple of daisy stitches which I'll be able to do, but I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but probably tomorrow this one will be finished, and then it will count towards my stitch from stash, so that'll be good. I'm kind of going to be sad to see this finish because I'm enjoying it so much. I'm actually contemplating stitching it again, but that would be really stupid, I think. But anyway, just because I've got so many others that I should be spending my time on. And then I do have another one which I started really, really late, It's called Carolers, and I'll insert a picture here because I didn't bring it out with me and I can't find it right now. I know it's in my craft room somewhere, but I won't have time to find it now. But it's Carolers, and it looks like this. And this is all I've done on it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in 2017. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If I've forgotten to give you any details, I know I have. I've kind of rushed through this, but if there's any details you want to know about any of the projects, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment. And I want to wish everyone a very happy new year, and I will see you in 2017. Bye everyone.